You are listening to the Kentucky X-Files Season 3 with your hosts Dennis Mays, Tyler Stewart, and Josh Gibbs. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also visit us at www.kyxfiles.com. And now,
I would
on to
not
our
be even
show.
slightly surprised if AI didn't, weasel its way into our news platform. Because, you broadcast something, say, in Cincinnati, a fake news story about, say, Albuquerque, and most people here would run with it.
Yeah, nobody's going to, I'm not going to Albuquerque or making some calls to verify. It's like,
yeah, and that's even within our own country's borders. Like, say, we got a news story in Cincinnati about something going on in Chile. It could obviously go over, with no problem. I mean, I'm sure you'd have a few people here that have somebody in Chile they know, but for the most part, they could make the shit up and run with it.
Yeah. Speaking of Albuquerque, how many times do you think people in Albuquerque have heard, I don't want to make a wrong turn? I don't want to make a wrong turn while I'm in Albuquerque, because
I guarantee you that there's a bar called Wrong Turn in Albuquerque.
if not, I know our next investment.
I'm going to look it up.
Laundromat.
Laundromat.
Wrong turn laundromat.
Here's your basic three-toed non-human mummy from Peru. I showed you guys the size comparison of the hands. Another little still here, close up of it. And here's the x-rays.
Oh. Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah, so this is one of them deals. Like, in this where they found this thing, they found a bunch of them, right? Like, there's all kinds of them. It's strange. It's really, really strange skeletons, almost suspiciously not humanish. Must be one of those odd non-human gold miners that we hear often about. I don't know. Once we get involved though up here, it's like we can't have that. We can't be having no aliens, guys. This ain't gonna work. That's not the news. And plus, you guys out there listening, you're so damn desensitized now that none of this phases you. None of it. They disclose UFOs. They admit it to you. They get on and they're trying to like subpoena these secret government sects or whatever to see if they can get more information about these UFOs, and you still don't give a shit. Most people don't care. If you go out there and you ask around, it's not the talk of the town. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we were talking about the talk of the town right before we started recording. We can't bring that up.
Right.
We can't bring that shit up on here because that's the important stuff, not
Right.
existence in the universe and whether we're alone or not, and other beings that possibly could have answers to questions that we could use. Nope, don't care. It's not interesting. It's not famous. We want Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. We want shit like that. We want drama.
I mean, that was pretty entertaining.
If the aliens in Peru landed, drove straight to a government official's house and slept with his wife, it would be all over the fucking news, because that's exciting to us. That's what we want. We want scandal. We want laptops and high up government officials, kids that are selling cocaine. We want the skinny, man. We want the deets. We want that scoop. But important shit, probably conspiracy.
Right.
Like, come on, man. if anything, this last 10 years should have taught us that, yes, not everything's a conspiracy. Some of it might be.
Yeah.
Some of it, I was in a chat, little chat group on Facebook the other day, bullshitting with some people, and the guy brought up talking about cryptids. He said, well, the giant squid was considered a cryptid until just recently. And I was like, I said on that one for a minute, I was like, I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to get involved in this. So then I started typing out my response. And I was like, yeah, but you know what the giant squid brought with it? Photos, videos, DNA samples, bodies, substantial evidence. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, but until somebody brings the thunder, a lot of cryptids are just cryptids. And actual cryptids, nobody even gives a shit about anymore. Because the fantastic cryptids are the ones that are fun. They're fun, they're exciting. It keeps the game going. And that sucks. It sucks because there's interesting shit going on. The synchronicities of different things that happen. Nobody cares about that. It's super easy to say that, well, this happened at this time, this happened at this time, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, who cares? You know what I mean? The Oscars are on. I don't know. It's wild. Somebody when me and Tyler went down to the old Bigfoot convention, this lady was sitting there telling us. She asked us about Hellier. First, she asked if we were close to Hellier, which we were not, and then she asked us, well, no, actually, no, that's not how the story came up. The story came up because she asked us what was the strangest story ever on this show. And I was like, Somerset.
Yeah.
Somerset, hands down, strangest story ever, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And we filled her in on Somerset, and everything that was told to us in that. And then she was like, well, you guys need to watch Hellier season 2. I'm like, okay, Hellier season 2, let's check it out. And as I was, I started watching it, and as I got to it, and it got to a point in it where she didn't give me these details. It just happened as I was watching it. Somerset comes up, and then a lady tells her story on the show that is not the same as the one we heard, but enough. It's close enough to be in the same, vein. And I was sitting there like, holy shit, man. For them, it started out as a story of investigating little green men that attacked a cabin years ago. And then it evolved into something that was related to the Mothman. And they were looking into synchronicities between the two events and between all these different things. And it ended up on this almost like ley line of doom going straight across Kentucky. You could draw a line from one event to another, and that line passes right through Somerset. And they were like, and they admit in the show they don't know the connection. They're trying to see if there is one. That's fun. That's exciting. But nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. It's not what's in, It's not the current trends. I don't know, man. It's hard to find a reliable source with this stuff because the whole internet is claiming to be a reliable source.
Right.
So now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, if you want to show me something, I want to see where it originates from. I want to see when it originates. I want to see the timeline. I want to see how the story was handled from then till now.
Right.
And that's where the pattern I've been seeing is it starts off as something coming from a place, and once it hits us here in America, then it gets just changed and manipulated to be more exciting until if it starts to not squeeze some more clicks, out of those teats, there's the internet teats that are we're just milking them for views. Once it getting new information, once it like starts to slow down, we're like, oh, change the fucking name, change some details. And it's like, oh, these are about dry. Let's say that none of it was true. So then we do that. We're like, okay, none of it happened. And we put it back out there. And then we start fucking just milking them again. Yeah. I'm going to fill up this bucket. And what happens is anybody who was researching the topic was like, God, dude, I can't believe it. Fucking, 7-foot aliens in Peru. And we just had these like tall, weird alien things reported in Vegas not even a couple months ago. Dude, this is crazy. This is crazy. And then you get a title that comes across your screen that says, turns out it's illegal miners. And you can't help but click it because you're like, no fucking way that was miners.
Right. Fucking nuts, man.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry for the rant, but it's frustrating to me. I get really frustrated with this. Stop messing with my internet teeth. That's all I want. Just leave them alone.
That's a phrase I never thought in my life I would hear.
By the time it gets around, once that phrase gets altered, it won't even be that phrase anymore. You heard it here first, folks. Unadulterated. I don't know. It's frustrating. I love how the one of the headlines I found too says Peru's 7-foot tall alien attackers are illegal gold miners. Some information missing here.
Yeah. I'm really curious. I think I'm looking at the exact same thing you are. And I'm trying to think of the people of Peru.
Yeah.
and no offense if you're Peruvian, but I don't think many of them are over 6 foot tall, let alone 7.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, that it was plural too. So there's a tribe of these guys, abnormally tall gold miners. You know what I mean? Or it's a club that you have to be 7 foot tall to get into.
I've got to read this. This is an actual paragraph, right?
Yeah.
From an article about this, where it's claiming that it's illegal gold mining gangs. They're using high-tech equipment, state-of-the-art technologies, such as thrusters that allow people to fly.
Well, somebody's not being honest here. You know what I mean? Somebody is not telling us the truth somewhere.
Yeah.
Here's a snapshot of the craft they saw.
Looks eerily similar to the one from the video in Florida.
It does, doesn't it?
It looks very similar.
Yeah. So what if the shitheads of the universe showed up? What if they showed up and they're like, hey, let's go down here and mess with some people. The locals call them the face peelers.
It's a pretty wicked name.
Yeah. Just saying, how gold miners are all about their their club names. You know what I mean? Like they have to be called something cool.
Right.
If you're a 7-footer, you'd think that your club name would be something about that, like the Tall Goldies.
Right. The Tall Goldies.
Tall boys for miners.
I don't know.
That one
No.
probably not so much, but
Not so much. No. That's no.
We don't encourage underage drinking either.
No.
I think I just got us demonetized. Shit.
I think you did.
Oh, here's the one. Let me see if I can get this to come up. 1 second. Oh shit. I can't, but I can get it to share screen. Check this out. This little girl snapped a picture. If I can find it here. Yeah, here she is. Bam. Look at that. I can't really zoom in. Maybe I can. Let me see if I can do one of these. That work?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
That's that's the people with the hydro jetpacks.
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying that they saw?
I just found this in a Google search. I don't know.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it doesn't have an article with it, but
Yeah, that's 100%. Let me.
so okay. Let's run with that. I've seen those guys, the hydro jetpacks. What if hydro jetpack enthusiasts attacked Peru in the middle of the night?
I mean, stranger things have happened.
They were out there gathering gold. They got gold crazy.
Well,
all right. Do you want to know what the average height of a Peruvian male is?
What's that?
5 feet 4 inches.
That's not 7 foot at all.
That's over a foot shorter than me.
Jesus.
and those
huge in
hydro.
Peru.
I know you're just making a joke, but those jetpacks you can only use in water.
Well, maybe they had like a water tank truck with them.
I'm gonna say pull that picture back up because it kind of looked like there was water in the background.
Well, I meant like wherever
wherever
the actual thing was. Like, I know we're grabbing at straws here, but yeah, you have to have because they have a hose that's supposed to go in the ground, or it's the actual military one. Like, have you ever seen those where they've had those? It's not a jetpack anymore. It's they have these like stabilizers on their hands, and I think it's more of like a turbine style like jetpack thing, and they have they have controls on their hands too.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah. But that's military technology right now. Like I don't like. There's no civilian use.
Well, not only that, think of the cost. Like, obviously, there's only 1 or 2 places you could purchase one. Most of them are probably prototypes. You know, the purchasing of it would be on record. So if somebody's buying this state of the art thruster packs to fly around and torment the people of Peru for whatever fucking reason,
and for some odd reason, they're landing and ripping people's faces off.
Right.
Makes no sense. And I feel like we can narrow it down too. It's like this. Okay. God damn it. We can narrow it down to like, okay, like you said, like people buying that. Okay, out of all these people that's bought this said equipment, which one's 7 foot tall? Because that's not an average height for anybody.
Right. I mean, that's like ding ding. All right. What 7 foot tall Peruvian bought a jetpack? Like somebody that's selling these things is going to be like, wait a minute.
I know who that guy. I know that guy.
That's Jeff.
Jeff's super fucking tall. He always jokes about ripping people's faces off, though. It's kind of disturbing.
There's no way it's Jeff. You know what I mean? Like,
he was so quiet.
He just flips the channel. It's like, nah, it can't be him.
Can't be Jeff.
Right. So, yeah, okay. That immediately, like, unless there's like black market jetpacks sales going on, you know, specifically to gold miners, gold mining gangs, might I add, you know.
At what point does the fucking cover up get more fucking ridiculous than just saying something fucking crazy happened? These giant fucking green things on hover packs attacked our village. Just go with it.
Right.
Once you start going, dude, it was fucking 7 foot tall Hefe with his fucking jetpack that was powered by fucking water. He had a fucking water truck parked in the middle of town, dude. He's flying around ripping people's fucking faces off, dude. He's fucking hopped up because he's got all this gold. And he's just buying cocaine and he's just, space aliens. Fucking done, dude. Space aliens. 7-footers.
Yeah, at this point, you know, space alien is more believable than 7-foot tall Peruvian men that just so happen to also be illegal gold mining gang members purchasing jetpacks on the black market.
Yes. I mean, this is like my whole point.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if we actually, okay, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. If anybody wants to donate to our cause, we're going to go and investigate this. And I would die if we land on everything we said. Like, it is a gang of gold miners.
I just met Jeff. He's fucking tall as shit. That's the tallest dude I've ever seen. He's at least 7 foot. Showed me a sweet fucking jetpack too, man. It's badass. All that gold he found, dude. He made so much money. He was like, I always wanted a fucking jetpack, dude. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I love Iron Man. Yeah. Come on. And just think, dude, this shit is because swamp gas doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Swamp gas, that one ran its course, man. You know, you can only do that one so much. Back in the 50s, they're like, dude, there's a strange craft hovering there. They're like, swamp gas.
Yeah. Ball lightning, swamp gas.
Swamp gas. Ball lightning. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Ball lightning is just as big as a mystery as any of this other shit. Right? And in fact, I would challenge you to go online and find me credible, verified video of ball lightning.
Right.
You're going to find a lot of CGI and video effects of it.
Yeah, I mean, ball lightning might as well be a fucking cryptid.
Exactly.
You know?
And what's terrible is I feel bad for saying this because my grandmother claimed that she saw ball lightning once. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying that if it does happen, there is the potential. It's so goddamn rare that there's no way you're recording it. You'd have to know what was happening, like,
what's
way
the
before.
description of the ball lightning?
A rare unexplained phenomenon described as a luminescent spherical object that vary from pea size to several meters in diameter.
Okay.
Though usually associated with thunderstorms, the observed phenomenon is reported to last considerably longer than a split second flash of lightning bolt, and the phenomenon is also distinct from St. Elmo's fire. There is historical events.
I have a video of it.
Do you? Can you share it?
I sure can.
Is it going across some train tracks?
It's very loud. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear it through your headphones.
Yeah. Hold on a second here. Get it backed up. Yeah. The channel 13 weather shared the video here.
Oh, nice.
So it's shit. I hit the wrong button. All right. All right. Share screen. Here we go. All right. You guys ready for this?
I am. I'm excited.
That looks like a laser pointer.
Where's the ball lightning? Is that it?
Yeah, the little dot.
Because I see multiple of them and they look like lens flare. Do you see them?
Yeah. All right.
And they're moving in the same direction too. Like they're kind of moving in the same pattern, but they're like split apart.
All right, hold on a second here, because I also saw there's that one that we saw there.
Yeah, that's
a famous one.
train track. Yeah.
What's weird is if you look at this video, you can see it looks better in the small video. That's the train track video.
What's that one? That looks like.
There you go. That looks like a pretty good one. I'm already apprehensive just because of the title of the show. That was pretty good. Like if you got facts in the name of your YouTube channel, I automatically assume you're full of shit.
Yeah. I'm so glad we didn't go with the Kentucky X Facts.
Yeah. That's the famous one. Okay.
Show me the Carfax.
Okay, so this guy here points out the little bitty one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
So this
Okay,
feels,
I swear, I
Hmm.
thought he was about to say the water droplets on his fucking car.
this feels credible.
Yeah.
Well, what I was trying to get at with this was I told you the story that I had of it was during a thunderstorm, and I remember it was like at the height of a 2-story house. I saw a black cloud was it was like purplish, and there was lightning inside the cloud, but it was like a dark black cloud, but you could see inside of it almost, and there was like lightning inside the cloud. And I want to say it had to be at least 100 to 200 feet away from the house, but it was like at a 2-story house level though.
Right. I remember you telling me about that. I remember that. And I always was like, see, okay, here I know I'm being whatever, but I actually have kind of a point to make about this ball lightning thing. Okay. I've heard stories about ball lightning hitting power lines and rolling down the fucking lines. I've heard stories about ball lightning just literally traveling right through places and flying off. Listen to some of these historical accounts, right? Here's one where a kite flying apparatus was being flown, and the 1753 report recounts a lethal ball lightning. The man George Rickman, he was having a meeting of academics of sciences when he heard thunder and ran home with his engraver to capture the event for posterity. While the experiment was underway, a ball lightning appeared, traveled down the string of his kite, struck him directly in the forehead, and killed him. Right? The ball had left a red spot on his forehead. His shoes were blown open and his clothes were singed. His engraver was knocked unconscious. The door frame of the room was split and the door was torn from the hinges. Right? Here's another one. The Tsar Nicholas, Emperor of Russia, witnessed what he called a fiery ball. Let's see here. During the service in the church, there was a powerful thunderstorm. Streaks of lightning flashed one after the other. Peals of thunder would shake the church to it seemed like it was going to shake it to its foundation. It became quite dark, and a blast of wind had opened from an open door, blew out the flames of the candles. There was a long clap of thunder. Suddenly, a fiery ball flying from the window flew straight towards the head of the emperor. The ball whirled around the floor and then past the chandelier and flew out through the door into the park. And that's not the only one that recounts this. Here's another one here where this one happened in 1969. Man seated in the front seat of a passenger cabin on an airliner. Eastern Airlines flight EA 539 is the actual plane. Late night flight from New York to Washington. The aircraft encountered a electrical storm during which it developed. It was enveloped in a sudden bright and loud electrical discharge. Some seconds after, this glowing sphere, little more than 8 inches in diameter, emerged from the captain's cabin. It passed down the aisles of the aircraft approximately 20 inches from passengers, maintaining the same height and course for the entire distance while it could be observed.
Wow.
There's one here. Where's it at here? I want one that just blows my mind. Basically, the ball lightning came down and out of a fireplace. It came in from a fireplace, flew around the room, and then left the way it came. So I don't know how ball lightning works, but it sure seems like it's on purpose.
Very, very sentient.
Yeah, it's like,
a fucking fly gets in your house and can't remember how it got out.
yeah.
How funny would that be? Like ball lightning comes in and it just keeps banging against the windows. You're like, God.
Hold on, guys. I gotta let this ball lightning out of my house, man. Jesus. It's fucking wild, man. I don't know. I almost sit there and I think about that stuff like, dude, what if they're all reporting UAPs? What if like flying down here in a thunderstorm is the safest way to be hidden if you need to do some close, inspection? And yeah, the one guy died, but you got to break some eggs if you're going to make an omelet, And we all know how crazy those 7-foot tall gold miners can get.
That, or maybe that one account was actual ball lightning.
Yeah.
Because you think I don't know the physics of ball lightning, but I would imagine if it's electric, it's going to function like electricity does, and it's going to be looking for ground. That's why, like, the one coming in the chimney doesn't make any sense. Surely it was going to hit ground on the way in. The chimneys are usually setting in earth. They don't build them on the floor,
Yeah. So it gets me about the engraver getting killed, or not the engraver, but what was his name? Bachman.
Yeah.
Mickman or something. Is that the account is that it was just him and the engraver, and the engraver was knocked unconscious.
Right.
Who the fuck told the story? Who was there that saw it as ball lightning? Because you can't get that dude's testimony. He's dead.
Right.
And the engraver was knocked out. So did this all happen right before he was knocked out and he woke up and remembered the whole thing? Because that usually doesn't work that way either.
Right.
I don't know. George Richmond. That's it. I don't know. It's weird, but I just feel like maybe some of these reports we're seeing from like history, or maybe they're closer related to what people are seeing now than we think. I mean, look at the video you showed us at the beginning of the show. Well,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
dude, that would be easy to mistake for ball lightning, especially if you've never seen ball lightning, which I've never seen it in person.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know what something looks like and you've only heard descriptions of it, it's real easy to go, oh, well, maybe it's this that I've heard of.
Yeah. Now I'm going to be on the lookout for 7-foot miners, gold miners everywhere. You never know. They could be out there hiding in the woods, just waiting to take all your gold and your face, possibly.
Or it could be 7-foot tall aliens mining for gold.
It is a good conductor. I could see why somebody would want it.
Oh yeah. Yes. Is that considered a superconductor?
I believe gold is, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay, so I guess gold has to be refined a certain way to become a superconductor, but it is like once it's a really good one. That's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I know they still use it in like computers and electronics.
Yeah.
But man, whew. You know you're bougie if you have that all in your house instead of copper.
Right. Well, fellas, I know it's a little shy of what we usually do, but I got a lot to do today, and I don't think I can do much more show.
I've got one more thing for us.
What do you? Oh, that's right. You had a surprise for the end of the show.
I have a surprise for the end of the show.
Yeah.
Because we're children.
X-Files surprise time.
The James Webb Telescope is at it again.
Uh-oh. Oh, here we go.
I'm going to show you Uranus in 4K.
I love looking at my anus in 4K.
There you go. There's Uranus in 4K.
Wow, look at that. Have you ever seen Uranus in 4K like that before?
No, I mean, look how
it's beautiful.
Look
it's
at the
so
ring.
Inviting.
Your Uranus is very blue. I like the ring.
I love how shiny Uranus is.
Yeah.
Right? The concentric rings around Uranus is what does it for me.
Uranus looks like an eyeball. Just looks like a little eye.
I feel like Uranus is looking at us.
You know, that's a good point, Tyler. I guess I kind of expected it to be brown, not blue.
That is true. I don't know where your logic is on that because there's no basis around Uranus being brown, but I get you where you're coming from, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The first thing I think of when I look at Uranus is how clean it is. Like it's a very clean planet, you know? It's very shiny, clean.
Looks like it's been bleached.
Woo!
That's all I had, fellas. I just knew that was perfect for the end of the show.
Awesome. Oh man. Oh God. Well, I gotta be done, fellas. I guess you guys out there, keep your eyes on Uranus. You know, it's pretty awesome. James Webb is shooting that telescope right at Uranus. So
in 4K.
In 4K.
Ultra high def.
Stay tuned next week for when James Webb looks right into God's living room through his window. You know, it's going to be fantastic. We're going to get to see what he's watching. You know,
James Webb's going to steal God's cable.
Yeah. Going to read the subtitles on his favorite shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be awesome. All right, you guys out there, be safe. Take care of each other. Take care of Uranus because it's the only one we have.
Mwah.
See you guys.
I think you guys were about to make a joke like this. Are you kissing Uranus?
I was actually about to say, like, I love that he did that right after I said, take care of Uranus. And then he was like, mwah. We're children.
Uh-huh.
We're children.
Definitely.
Yep.